Okay, so if you came from my main channel, you might know that I'm kind of like the tier list guy. I make tier lists for every single thing, enemy, modder, tier list, whatever. I do tier lists, right? So the fact that I haven't done it, like, not done, I mean, I will not do a tier list for this game myself. This is a tier list, of course, in this website, which is like the go-to website for information for this game. But I haven't done a tier list for this game yet, just because I don't know every unit. I started playing like not even 4 weeks ago, like 3 weeks and a half ago. Although I've been playing like an unholy amount. If you've been following me on Twitter, I've been playing an unholy amount of this game. But I still don't know every unit. I don't have every card, and I haven't like UR'd every card, and I would have to do that to like actually make a tier list. I haven't done that. This is not my own, but I want to talk about the tier list because it got updated today. I was waiting for this update to talk about it. So, how to find it, I'll leave a link in the description, but basically it's this website right here. You can see the URL, and you click on tier list. This is so helpful. This tier list is so helpful. Like, I will be criticizing this tier list just a little bit. Yeah, I know. I have only started playing like 2 weeks and a half ago, but I have been playing like so freaking much. I've done everything in the game. Everything. Like, I've been playing a lot. So I don't know. But yeah, the person who made this probably follows me on, not follow me on Twitter, but probably will know who I am or knows who I am, just because the community is pretty small. English wise, Japanese wise is pretty big. But yeah, if you have done this, please tweet at me. But okay, let's start from the top. Gopher, the best unit in the game. I have to agree. Man, Gopher, I used, like, when I started playing the game, I knew Gopher was really good because I watched Kabuki's video saying that he was like the best farmer or whatever, something like that. So I bought him instantly. Like, yeah, I had 7 SSR coins, I bought Gopher. And that, if you guys know Mystic Watch, you probably know, because again, community is pretty small and he's one of the YouTubers. I DM'd him, I told him about Gopher, and he was like, no, not 7 coins, but I think it was a good choice, because Gopher was not going to come back in like 2 weeks, and I think it was a good choice. Gopher is just so good. He's just the best unit in the game. He's insane for VP, insane for PvE, insane for raid. That's pretty much it. King, I have to disagree with this one. I feel like King is the second best unit in the game. He is, but I don't think he's A for PvE. Why is he A? He heals, he petrifies when enemies can be petrified, which is most of the content. The only time he can't petrify is in raids. Why is he SS for raids and why A for PvE? It should be the opposite. It should be SS for PvE and A or S for raid. But yeah, he's the second best unit in the game. And Hellbrun, dude, I hate Hellbrun so much. Like, the thing is that King, he's kind of like a support unit when you think about it. He's like a healer and he petrifies whatever. So on PvP, he doesn't annoy me as much. But freaking Hellbrun, he's just so stupid. He petrifies, he takes off your ult gauge, and when you face teams that have both King and Hellbrun, you just like, I wanna quit. Like, if you face a team on PvP that has King, Hellbrun, and Merlin, you just wanna quit. And Merlin as well is just so good. Now here's the thing about Escargot, right? So this tier list lied to me last week, and this is why I'm gonna be going down a little bit, and you'll see that the new Meliodas is like super low, and I don't know if I can really trust this tier list, because the way it was put out, Escargot was like A rank. Now, was he S rank? He was super low, and I was like, why is it super low? And the thing is that Escargot was so underrated when he came out, even though he's Escargot. How can you underrate Escargot? I don't know, but Escargot is super insane. Like, he is really god tier for PvP. The thing about Escargot is that some people, they think this ability is bad, and I don't know why. This ability is so good. The person who stands at the top, when the character, not a character, is him, only him. When the character ult gauge maxes, cleanses and disabilities, buffs and debuffs, this is so broken. He cannot be petrified, he cannot be freezed, he cannot be done anything on PvP when he has his ult max. And yeah, they can take off his ult max and petrify him, but if you move a card from him, he cleanses, he just takes off his petrify. It's so broken on PvP. It's just so good. And like, my Escargot just pretty much one-shots Kings, and King is very prevalent on PvP. So, oh man, he's just so good. Escargot, I don't see why he was so underrated when he came out. Galen is the unit I want the most right now. I don't have him. And every time I face him, my team on PvP is Golfer, Merlin, Escargot, and King. Not in that order specifically, but and every time I face Galen, I'm like, yikes. Golfer, I'm sorry. You're not much use right now. He's just so broken for PvP, but yeah, I agree, like, he's pretty bad. Like, I hate when people join me on raids and they have Galen. He's so bad on raids. Like, his second attack just doesn't do damage and doesn't do anything. He's not very good on raids. Millon, I don't have her, and I've never used her, so I can't talk much about her, but I've used her on a lot of situations where on story mode, where I needed a blue unit, and Galen just wasn't cutting, but Millon was, so she's really good. Here's the thing. My man Meliodas, right? You're gonna tell me Meliodas ain't the best story mode unit in the game. I mean, yeah, it's just story mode, but story mode is so hard. Story mode is like, was the most difficult thing in the game for me. But Meliodas came through. His counters are so OP. Like, and a lot of people don't know how to build him. But if you build him to have like super like high HP, when he has low HP, he does exponentially more damage, and he's just so good. Like Meliodas, there was a specific mission in story mode I just couldn't beat, which was the super big white demon. I couldn't beat that. They forced you to bring, to be more specific, so you know what I'm talking about. They forced you to bring Meliodas and Merlin. At the time, I didn't have any Merlins, but Meliodas, he did a counter that did 360,000 damage at level 60. Because at the time, I didn't focus on Meliodas because I didn't know how good he was. He was level 60 with like 0 stars, and he did 360,000 damage. I have a screenshot on Twitter. This man is so good for story mode. It pains me to see him below Millon. Come on. It's fine. Lilia, it's so off-putting for me to see her here, to be honest, because I never see her. Like, when I see her on PvP, I just destroy her. I don't know. Gilthunder. Here's the thing. Gilthunder, last week, this is why I waited for this tier list to update. Last week, he was super low. He was just super low because, I don't know. But he was, even like last week when he was super low in the tier list, he was like being used by the top PvP teams. Every top PvP team was using him. So he's really good for PvP, especially because the meta right now is green. Because of DN and Escanor. Merlin's really good. The thing is that she kind of gets outshined by the other Merlin. The other Merlin is just much better on PvP. And her really only good use practically is just freezing. She's really good for Red Demon. Absolutely busted for Red Demon. DN. She is SS rank for PvP, come on. DN is like Omega busted. The best team in the game right now uses DN and Escanor, just because if you build her for defense, it did this for year PvP, but if you build her for defense, she just doesn't take damage, and the people are focused to like attack her, so they cannot attack the other units. Yeah, Gopher can like seal attacks, but he can't seal every attack. He can't seal ultimates. So DN is just super good for PvP. She should be SS tier. This DN again. This is where I just get a little bit pissed off, right? How is this DN above Bon? Bon is my favorite unit in the game right now. I just got him because he finally came back in the shop. I was waiting for him. Bon is my favorite unit in the game right now. He's just so good. He's just so fun. And he stomps PvE so hard. And he's good for some raids. He is good for some raids. Like the blue raid, he's okay. I'll be honest. He's actually pretty bad on raids, yeah. He's pretty bad. But he's like S tier on PvP. I've been stomped by some level 80 bonds on PvP. Like if you don't really pay attention to Bond and you get hit by the combo of the level 3 steal and level 3 attack, you're gonna get hurt. You are gonna get hurt. He's gonna hurt you a lot. He one shots a king and stuff like that. So Bond's actually pretty good for PvP. I don't know why he's below like Blue DN and Red Merlin, Red Guild Thunder, Lilia. Bond is just so good for PvE too. He absolutely stomps basically every PvE activity. I don't know. Slater is only really good on Red Demon. I don't see any other practical use for him. Blue Gopher, Rimuru. This is where we get pretty low. Like this king is actually only good for the what's it called? The Grey Demon. Like there's no other use for him. This Elizabeth was super overhyped when she was getting given for free. I actually never used her. I have her UR and actually never used her. I feel like healers are really good, but like King is just too good, like as a healer, and he's free. So I feel like every other healer kind of gets stomped. There has to be a healer that heals allies passively that is actually competitively strong enough to like be as good as King, or else King just stomps every other healer. There's no reason to use any other healer at all because all the other kings are bad. There's only is there any other king? Only these two, right? Boom king. Oh yeah, these fat ones. Like there's only one competitive king, so why would you use another one? So there's no other use for any other healer. So yeah, I agree. Every other healer is just being put down, and because king is free. This Meliodas again. I don't know if I can trust this rating for this Meliodas, just because again, this tier list really underrated Escanor, and Escanor turned out to be like super good. Like, he's just super good. But this Meliodas is just nothing special. He is from the Halloween event, and in truth, he's kind of like the Demon Meliodas in a way, but just a little bit worse. Elaine, she's pretty bad. Elizabeth, Deanne, they're just pretty bad. This is also something I don't get. Demon Meliodas is actually pretty good. Why is he so low? He is actually pretty good. I would say he's much better than all of these units right here, up until like Bond. Like Red Meliodas is better than Slater. He's better than Blue Gopher. It's just, yeah, the name Meliodas already has this Meliodas, but still, they are completely different. They have completely different uses, and that's why I feel like it's good to separate them. I don't get why he's so low. Arthur, like below here, like this Elizabeth is actually like super good for Red Demon, but other than that, she doesn't have any other uses. This is Elaine. I pulled her, and I don't know if she's good or not, honestly. I haven't tried her yet because I cannot put resources on her yet. But I heard she's good. Nothing crazy. Gila, she's there for the play unit from the current Halloween event. Satchel Siege is so low. I can't comment on her because honestly I haven't used her. But it's Satchel Siege is so low. And then down here it's only going to get worse and worse. But yeah, that's a tier list. To be honest, I agree with most of it. I feel like it has like some weird placements here and there. But again, the person who made this, tweet at me. Let me follow you on Twitter. Because I want to follow the people that are from the community. Because again, I love playing this game. I've been playing Unholy Amount. What I've been doing is I play on the PC, right? So while I've been doing all my stuff, I just keep playing on the background. And it's so good. The game is just so good. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and tier list. Finally, not really mine. I'll make my own tier list. Just give me time. Maybe like a month when I get to use all the units in the game and awaken all the units in the game. Again, I cannot make a tier list without using all the units. It's just not happening. Like, because I need to list all the units. And if I don't have like practical use of all of them, I'm just not making one. I just don't feel that it's a good tier list if I don't have use with all of the units in the game. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I don't know, I usually like to go off with a message, but I don't have one, so goodbye.